All right, you guys can have just one piece before dinner.
Okay. Make sure you don't cut the thing's head off.
Put that back in your shirt.
I want the third. I want the third.
I want a yellow.
Mommy, I'll take that piece off too.
No, I already said.
I want a piece of yellow.
I want that one, Mommy.
When you get to this side, I'm gonna go. Mine's a yellow and green.
That was good.
That was really, really good. Got baby saved today. He's funny.
Uh-oh.
Mom, paper towel. Towel, baby.
Is this the Johanna Roberts residence?
Jim?
Are you Johanna Roberts, selection number 2177329?
You don't remember me.
You have been selected through national lottery to undergo stage 1 contamination testing. The test must take place in a clean, dry environment. If you cannot provide such a place, I'll provide one for you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are there any other survivors living in this residence?
No.
Take 3 steps into the dwelling and turn around. Negative. Johanna Roberts, as an officer of the United States government, in accordance with the procedures listed in Bill 5 of the Restored United States Senate, I hereby declare that your body is eligible for the Federal Food Collective. You will return with me to the nearest collection outpost where you will be executed and processed into food for the continuing survival of the people of Earth. Your sacrifice will be remembered and honored by all whom you have saved. I come far to find you. I just assume wait another day before we head back. If there's anybody you need to see before we go...
There's no one. Sleep wherever you'd like. What's its name?
Hmm?
The virus. Did they ever name it?
Haven't you got any government newspapers?
It's been a while.
H3N11. The Mule Variant. As far as they could tell, it was started in mules.
I heard that they were looking. That there might be life in other places.
Not in this country, there's not. You can trust me. I've seen the length and width of it. They think there might be life in the seas, way down, or in Antarctica. Until then, I'm still walking.
When's the last time you played?
Can't remember. Got any soap?
How do you do it?
It's necessary.
I didn't ask you if it was necessary.
I do all right. I'm breathing.
Is that a fringe benefit? Is your name in the pot with everyone else?
No, it isn't.
I'd appreciate if you left me alone for a while.
Fine.
But you better not go anywhere. Attempting to escape an officer of the FFC is an offense punishable by
Punishable by what? I suppose you might like some dinner. Saved it for a special occasion. Will it hurt?
No.
I have a request.
I know. It's clear.
Want to try?
I think I'll just watch.
Basically, I really wanted to capture a post-apocalyptic film, but in a much smaller budget, much less resources than what you'd normally find on a Hollywood production. We decided to shoot with the DVX. It was relatively fast, 800 ASA. We used a lot of practicals and things like that. We tried to limit the amount of equipment that we used, because I think actually the film works better that way. It's a very small, quiet movie. It takes place in relatively one location for the most part. Actually, I think that the small amount of equipment we used in terms of lighting and things like that actually worked to our benefit. We wanted to really use lamp light and candles and things like that as motivation for our lighting. And I think it worked really well just to use the smaller wattage bulbs and things like that, and just go kind of guerrilla with it. One of our biggest challenges was trying to capture the scope of post-apocalyptic world on a very, very, very small budget. So what we ended up doing was, creatively, we maintained most of the film within a single house, and kept the windows closed, kept them curtained off and things like that, so that we couldn't see outside. We couldn't see that the world was normal out there. And what we ended up doing after that was getting some background plates and things like that of the city. We had a compositor and special effects artist who was gracious enough to lend us some of his time to take those plate shots that we filmed and crunch them up, destroy some cars, turn out, crunch up the buildings, things of that nature. At the beginning of the film, we establish that we're in a post-apocalyptic world, and then we go into the house, and then we pretty much stay indoors for the rest of the film. So I think we were able to sell it that way. I'm actually a grad student at UNO right now. I've already done my undergrad here. I can't think of being anywhere else right now in terms of being at UNO and being in the city. It's been a fantastic experience. The department goes out of its way, and has gone out of its way on many occasions to help me out. They work hard to empower students with equipment and technical knowledge. They really establish a good base of knowledge, and they're pumping out a lot of really well-rounded students that I think will be good professional workers one day. So next year I'm going to be making 2 films for UNO, and I look forward to making better films and really honing up my talents even more than I have thus far.
Timecode NOLA! You heard me! Our intrepid explorer begins his descent into the unknown.
I grew up in Mandeville. I moved over here like when I graduated high school, and ended up going to film. I went to Loyola, New Orleans, and did the production track here, and then went to New York Film Academy for like a small 6-week program. Then we moved out to Los Angeles and went to Loyola Marymount for grad school, and yeah. So and then moved back here after grad school because it wasn't a lot of work in LA. It is, but not for people like us. Nathan Tape, director, filmmaker, Vessel, Hi Honey, etc. Well, one of the reasons I wanted to come back here was the access to the kind of ability of anybody to kind of just start making movies here. You know, work in the industry. I work in the industry. Got to meet a lot of people here. Find out a lot of kind of making a lot of new connections to possibly be able to make a few, my own films. I started by doing still photography, did that, and then kind of got into cinematography. And it was, whenever you can kind of like, you can read a meter and expose something kind of decently, then people are always asking you to do that. And here it's, what happened was this feature I ran against us. A friend of mine who I work in the industry with asked me if I wanted to shoot it, and I did, and it came out, looking really great. And so there's a lot of those kind of smaller opportunities happening in New Orleans and I know Baton Rouge and just kind of Louisiana area. There's a lot of like, opportunities for young people to just start, really homegrown filmmaking just from the kind of the ground up. It is kind of frustrating because you're here and we work on movies like, I probably shouldn't say any actual names of movies, but big budget action movie starring wrestlers, you know, and I worked on that one for like 3 months, and it's like, this is horrible, you know what I mean? This is garbage. But it's in New Orleans, and it's like, I also, you know, worked on K-ville for a while, which is of course the worst of all those things, you know, with the gumbo parties and that kind of stuff. And so it's like, it is kind of frustrating that you're kind of working on all these things, and these kind of douchebags from LA are making these movies that don't really represent the city in any real interesting, real way, and I do think that this city is ripe for a story to be made here that's really interesting and good. If fucking, you know, like a little like indie movie with like some real heart and story behind it. Hi Honey is actually based on a couple years ago. There was in Baton Rouge, there was a guy they called the serial snuggler, and he would break into girls' houses, clean up their apartments, and then lay down next to them and go to sleep and snuggle with them. And that was it. That's all he wanted. He didn't try and, like, you know, sleep with them. He wasn't, you know, like, that was it. And they would wake up really freaked out, but it was kind of weird because he was handsome. He was like a baseball player at LSU. Like, he kind of like gave them everything they kind of wanted, like everything a lot of girls want. So Hi Honey was basically about that. And then Vessel is another short that I did here, shot most of it in Hammond, Slidell, out on this big abandoned boat. And it's this like big, like destroyed kind of abandoned boat. And then the other half I shot in Los Angeles, and that was my senior thesis at film school at Loyola Marymount. And that was pretty wild. I mean, we did like a lot of underwater photography. Did like, you know, shot 35 underwater. Did like the largest like Hydroflex student order ever in the history of Hydroflex. So yeah, it was a little big. It was a little like crazy. But yeah, that's basically like these two friends go to a boat, and one of them ends up like deciding he wants to go down underwater and see what's under the water, and he kind of get surprised a little bit. So.
Timecode NOLA.
Independent film originality.
TimeCodeNOLA.com.
Urban man.
Crescent City.
Creative.
8mm.
Feel me. Independent.
TimeCodeNOLA.com.
Video. Man, you ain't know. Log on to www.timecodenola.com. You heard me? Informative.
TimeCodeNOLA.com.
I'm here and I've got it. 500,000.
Leave it where you're standing and walk away.
What about Abby? Will you meet me later?
Half an hour.
Fort of the falsifiers is near. Be wary of trolls. I sense their virility.
Thou art a strange and lonely man.
is a satchel of some sort.
For legal scrolls. Case for briefings.
For laborers of colors white.
I shall check it for mana. Or, potions.
I'd rather we didn't trifle with these anachronisms. I'm really quite wary of trolls.
Guys.
And already the sky has begun to grow dark.
Hey, guys!
What ails the cleric?
Its complexion is that of sincere legal tender.
That's because it's real. Hello? We're trolloping around in a park outside my aunt's house, and there's this briefcase sitting here full of money. Do you know what this means? Pat, are you even listening to me?
Cornelius. My name is Cornelius the Clairvoyant.
Your name is Pat Mitchell. You paint houses for a living. Jeez.
Hey. Let's get back to the hunt. The trolls are closing in.
There are no such thing as trolls or gnomes, okay? Or ghosts, goblins, imps, pimps, whatever, man. Let's get the hell out of here.
Flee? Flee? How can you say such things, dear Svengar? Is this not what we came for? To risk our lives for what is right? Are you all such charlatans?
Step away from the case. Get away.
Okay, Pat, come on, get a grip. Let's just go.
Brave misfortune!
No.
Honey.
Your mom's melons are sweet.
No, those are miscodics. She's over here a lot more now. I don't know. I think my mom's lonely or something.
Lonely?
It stretches, it twists, it fits on your head, and it never breaks. It's the best friend for life guaranteed.
Dude, give me the phone,
on,
like
again,
now.
dude. Come on, the rubber band thing again? You don't need that.
You should find somebody for your mom.
Yeah, I don't know. She hasn't been on a date in years.
You know, maybe you should find her a man.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Check this out. We're gonna go around town. We're gonna scout out guys, all right? Before she even meets them, we're gonna check them out.
What do you mean check him out?
This was a really bad idea. Like, really bad.
Okay, would you just respect the process, alright? Okay. What about him?
No. Okay.
Okay. Him, right there. Lawyer type. Huh?
No, that's not your mom's type. Definitely not.
Okay, well, who would you suggest?
That guy right there. He is a man. Look at his eyes.
Him? Are we even looking at the same person? This was a bad idea.
I would just make a list of the things your mom likes.
A list?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I have an idea. Come on, come on, come on.
An idea. This is a really bad idea.
Dude, shut up. You are so negative.
I just know what your mom wants.
Hello? Everyone decent?
How you doing, Miss Kodak?
Mabel. So, is your mom around?
No. I don't know where she is, but I will tell her you stopped by.
All right, well, thanks.
No problem. See you.
Mm.
Voila. And now we wait.
I love truffles. So does my pig.
Next. My mother is a big fan of musicals. What's the last musical you saw?
Oh boy. Have you seen Neil Patrick Harris in Rent? Divine.
Next. Next. Hi. What's your idea of a perfect date?
Adult novelties. Toys. Y'all know what those are?
Which one was the weak link?
Pretty sure all of them. I think we're ready to go.
Hey.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Thought you were going to a movie.
No. I was gonna, man, but they were sold out.
Okay.
Yeah. What's with all the,
Oh, you know, just, came here to see your mom. Sorry. Look, I got these for your mom, and, this too. So, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to eat those, you can. They're not expensive. I don't care. Don't feel bad about it. I should feel bad, because Anyways, I saw that,
Oh. No, you weren't actually supposed to see that till your birthday.
You're a really good friend, man. Like, Thanks a lot. Like, I really appreciate that.
No problem. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
Like, you know, let's kind of talk out of here for a second, okay? Okay. Have you been to Skanky Sally's?
No, is that new?
Yes, sir.
Sounds delish. You know, I found out the other day, and my mom said she didn't even want to date guys, so this was all for nothing.
So you're a filmmaker, huh? You sit around with your partners talking about you gonna shoot this or I'ma shoot that. You ain't shooting shit. You gotta finish the sound bites and I need ADR and my soundtrack music ain't right. You ain't making movies if nobody ain't seeing them. Get the done, you bullshitting. We need your film. Send them in today. Timecode NOLA, you heard me?